What's going on, guys? This is the day after UFC 307 in Salt Lake just took place. I'm giving my reaction and, kind of just breakdown of all the fights. And let's start off with Tim Means versus Courtman. First off, let's see how many I got right. I went 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 7-2, 7-3. 7-4, 8-4. Wow, I got three in a row. But some suspicion going on. Some suspicion. So Court McGee versus Tim Means. It went exactly the opposite of what I was thinking, but I guess Court McGee got fucking neck surgery because he had a fucked up neck for his entire career, and I guess that's why he couldn't wrestle very well. And then now that he got it, he can wrestle well again. He was able to take Tim Means down. He was able to get on his back. He was able to sub him. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You know how it is. Wasn't much to say. It was kind of like a fulcrum, like a just arm on the chin. It was like an arm on the chin choke, and just Tim Means tap to it. Didn't really expect it, but hey, it is what it is. Got it wrong, but good shit from Court McGee. He broke his three-fight losing streak. Tim Means might just be done for. Uh, Tisha Pennington and Carla Esparza. People were calling this a robbery. I thought Carla Esparza won the first round, yeah, but I thought Pennington edged out the last two. Not gonna say it's like a robbery, but not gonna say it was like a great, perfect decision. They got like it could have gone either way. Uh, I think Tisha Pennington kind of deserved it because she kind of got fucked over in her two fights before that. She very clearly beat Richie and Dern, and they just didn't give her the win. So let's be real, she should be what, 16-5? She should be 16-5, dude. And she should be close to a title shot, but it's whatever. She beat Carlos Barza, that's a good win. Uh, Not much. I mean, she had pretty good scrambles, pretty good moments on the ground. She utilized leg kicks well, but it's just 30-27 was a stupid scorecard. But yeah, good shit for Tisha Pennington. She finally got the fuck. Even if you don't agree with it, you got to admit she's kind of like she kind of got fucked over in the two before it. So it's nice to see that she's finally gotten a win that she deserves. But as for the rest of the judging and reffing, which we're gonna, ooh, not as great. Next up, Ryan Spann versus Oven St. Preux. Uh, who would have guessed? The story of the fight is that Ryan Spann actually fought smart, was able to use his size, athleticism, and power. He landed a clean shot on Oven St. Preux, hurt him bad, and then that Preux shot in, and Ryan Spann got his guillotine. He got his power guillotine. That's his best choke. It's his like signature move. Like when you expect a Ryan Spann finish, you expect either some sort of crazy like super athletic knockout or you expect a guillotine. If he's not knocking you out, he's guillotining you. Good one from Ryan Spann. I'm glad he got his shit together. I'm so glad he got his shit together. Hopefully he has his shit together. Hopefully he's done fucking around and being fighting like a fucking moron. He actually fought smart. He waited for Owens to shoot in, and he used his best choke, and he latched it up tight, and there was no escaping it from Owens St. Preux. Good one from Span. He got a bonus. Oh, ooh. Let's talk about this one. So this basically went. If you take out the 72 fouls from Cesar Almeida, it basically went about how everyone would have expected it to go. But let's talk about the fouls. First off, Cesar Almeida eye poked him 6 fucking times, and the ref gave Potieria a break for the eye pokes 1 time. 1 break Potieria got for his eye pokes. What the fuck? That's what it. Potier got one break for the eye pokes. The other two breaks for the eye pokes he got were when he got hit in the nuts. So he got eye poke 6 times. He got nut shot like he got 10 fouls. I want you to look at this. Doesn't that seem funny? Didn't you think? Not a single point was taken from Cesar Almeida the entire fight. He was blatantly keeping his fingers pointed outright when the ref told him not to. He said, "Close your hands," and you'd point him upwards, point him back down. Close your hands. He'd make a fist, point him back out. Close your hands. Point his fingers upward, point him back out. Like he just wouldn't close his fucking fist to save his life. I mean, he was outboxing Potieria and he was out kickboxing him, but in the third round, when Potieria got in the clinch, it would literally be like 15 seconds of clinching because he kept getting eye poked, and the ref would immediately break it. But it wasn't doing that for other fights. I'm gonna get to it. Ooh, that we're gonna talk about Aldo's fight because that made me fucking mad. Holy shit, fuck Mario Batista. But we'll get to that. But they were just fucking Potieria left, and the ref just did not want Potieria to win. Potieria was literally getting like visibly frustrated. He was like, I don't know what he was yelling, but he was yelling something in uh, his language, his home language. But man, it's just I feel bad for Potieria. I really do because yeah, sure he's a can crusher, but like come on, he really didn't deserve to take the loss like that. Like come on, man. Let the guy let the guy have a fucking break for getting poked in the eye. It's whatever. We'll hopefully he'll get another chance. I think he could actually do well at middleweight because I think he was too small for like heavyweight. But I think at middleweight he could actually do pretty all right. So hopefully they'll at least give him a second chance. But yeah, they were just fucking him. Next up, Hubbard versus Hernandez. I didn't pay the greatest attention to this, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it was a terrible decision. It was literally the story of it was just Hernandez in the first round. I think Hubbard got it, but I think Hernandez did better in the last 2 rounds from what I saw. I mean, he seemed to be landing better. He seemed to land harder, cleaner shots. He looked more technical. I mean, I don't know why this guy goes down to featherweight. He does really good at lightweight. Just don't go down to featherweight. But yeah, I mean, wasn't a great performance, but wasn't terrible. It was a boring fight. It was a mid fight. Speaking of mid, let's go up next. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and call this a robbery, but I'm not gonna. There's just a lot of fucking split decisions. I don't think all of them were bad, but Lucindo versus Rodriguez. I don't think it was terrible decision, but I mean I thought Lucindo won, but it was kind of a nothing fight. It was literally just Lucindo would get her hands wrapped around Rodriguez and then go for like a body lock trip. That was the story of the fight. She would literally just get like a body lock trip and then drag her to the ground, and that's it. Uh, Good win from Lucindo. I mean, she's really young. She's like 20 something, but yeah, man, just not much that happened in the fight worth noting. Is what it is. Next up, this is a good one. Buckley versus Steven Thompson. Oh, I feel so bad for Wonder Boy because this was like such an out of nowhere thing. Because Buckley, the way the finish happened, it was the same thing. So Buckley, like we thought, was gonna like everyone thought, was able to grapple. Wonder Boy did a lot better defensively than expected, but first takedown, boom, Buckley's picking him up and slamming him. And honestly, it's just you could tell that was like the difference. People were saying 2-0 Stevens. I was like, it's 1-1, dude, but all right, man. It's like think it was a pretty clear 1-1 going into the third, but it's whatever. Honestly, what it was basically just on the feet for the first two rounds. Buckley was able to land some shots, but Wonderboy was able to usually just slide out of range and counter with a quick right hand as he was stepping back. But he would get backed up against the fence where he's not able to, just move backwards and he has to choose side to side. And what eventually happens is, since Buckley has established he can take Wonderboy down if he gets in on a takedown good enough, he does his like in the third round. It starts out really well for Buckley. He's going in with these combinations and he's landing clean on like a lot. And then eventually he goes in for a blitz again and you know does his head movement stuff. He feints the level change like he's gonna shoot, and Steven Thompson always how he fights, hands down. He's backed up against the cage. He can't just slide backwards, sprawl. He takes a mean, massive right hook to the straight on the jaw, gets fucking crumbles over, and then takes two more follow-up shots from Buckley, big massive follow-up shots from Buckley, and it's over from there. I feel bad for Wonder Boy because it's like, man, I mean, he was finding more success than I would have expected, but man, he was fucking, he was fucking, he was fucking. No, but he set up that shot really well, and that Kamaru Usman call out isn't looking too bad. Here's the thing: it's either he fights Usman or Brady fights Usman. Now they want Usman to probably fight someone who's gonna try and build the fight, and if they're gonna go with anyone, they're gonna do Joaquin Buckley. Because I feel like the UFC understands that Buckley's a bigger personality. He's growing at a much like higher rate than Sean Brady. So if they're gonna do anything, the if there are any matchups to be made at welterweight, here's what it should be. They should do JDM versus Shavkat, Usman versus Buckley, Gary versus Leon, and do Brady versus Colby. And then there are your matchups. But I don't know what they're gonna do with Buckley next. He could fight Colby next. He could fight Usman next. Hopefully he fights Usman next. I think that would be a fun fight. But we'll see. All in all, great win from Buckley. I think he's starting to like really cement the fact that he's a good fighter. I think people were just like, oh, he's shit because he got sparked out by Kevin Holland in his debut on short notice at 185. And now that he's at a weight class where his chin is better because he's just a healthier dude. He's leaner. He's more explosive. He's got better conditioning and cardio. I think people are now starting to realize, oh, okay, Buckley's not shit. He just wasn't fucking taking preparation seriously, and now he has to actually prepare for fights, and it's working for him really, really fucking well. But that's it. So that's it for that. So Kayla Harrison and Ketlin Bira also underwhelming. I expected maybe a quicker finish from Kayla Harrison, but is what it is. Her striking wasn't the greatest. Clearly won kind of a more nothing fight. Not much happened. It was boring. Just underwhelming. Juliana Pena very clearly ducked her though, and that's fucking wow. Who would have guessed? Juliana Pena avoiding a fight. Who would have guessed? Whatever. Literally no one gives a shit about Juliana Pena anymore. Anyways, it's whatever. Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. This fight was upsetting because I think what we very clearly saw was a Kevin Holland who was, while on the feet, was very clearly trying to win. I mean, you could tell he was faster than Delizzi. He was snapping off those leg kicks, jabbing at him. He was keeping the range well. He was landing better, and he was doing well. And then he got taken down. He locked up a body triangle on bottom, which was weird. But here's the thing: I don't blame him because Roman Delizzi. If you've seen Roman Delizzi's jujitsu, he's fucking insane on the ground. Like he was twisting Jack Hermanson into a fucking pretzel. He got him in a calf slicer. He got him in a back. He got Jack Hermanson in a back mount calf slicer. How the fuck do you do that to someone? A back mount calf slicer. So I'd imagine Kevin Holland tried to roll for an armbar, and then what ended up happening is he did some sort of, I don't know what happened. He moved funny, and then from the watcher's perspective, all you see is he like kind of like folds over and he's like, ah, and he like gets mounted, and then Delizzi just starts like trying to rain down blows. Delizzi still couldn't finish him. That's kind of funny. He had to, but Kevin Holland walks back to like gets up and he looks at the ref and he just points at his rib, and then you immediately know, oh, his rib is broken. He broke his fucking rib. He either broke his rib, popped out the cartilage, or he popped his rib out of place. But he fucked his rib, and he could not fight. And it sucks because I thought he was actually going to do well. I thought he was clearly on his way to, getting a good decision, maybe landing something on Delizzi. I mean, he was far faster than Delizzi, but I mean, hey, Delizzi was actually able to get a takedown. He actually shot a really good takedown, so can't even be mad. Maybe Delizzi's finally improved it. If Delizzi improved his wrestling and he's able to get people to the ground on his own in a dominant position while he's in a dominant position, who knows? We might see the Delizzi title run. But I think you do Delizzi versus Costa next because I don't think there's a chance in hell he's taking down Costa. And I think Costa would fucking mince him up on the feet. I think he would beat his fucking ass on the feet. Bad. Yeah, Roman Delizzi started celebrating like he just upset the crowd or something. He submitted him, but he quit. Kevin Holland had to quit because of a rib injury. I'm not gonna say like quit like oh he gave up. No, I get it. Like I really do get it. It seems like he really wanted to keep fighting, but it did seem like he was in a lot of fucking pain. Because even when he was on bottom, you could tell he was never wincing from the shots. He was wincing from the pain from his rib. So sucks for Holland. Fuck. It really does suck for him. I thought he was definitely doing good, but it is what it is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's get on to this fight. Uh, Mario Batista's a fucking pussy, and Jose Aldo's a Chad. Mario Batista's a little pussy bitch. Jose Aldo's a Chad. I mean, dude. So here's the thing. I thought Mario Batista got the first round because I thought he landed more and harder. The second round, I thought everyone knows it was a clear Aldo round. He hurt him with a knee. Fucking was raining shots on him. In the third, Aldo outlanded him in the third. Out damaged him, hurt him. Was landing clean, pop shots that you could hear from a mile away. And what does Bautista do? Let me hug him up against the fence. Let me take Jose Aldo, a legend of the sport. A legend of the sport. I'm gonna grind on him against the cage. Are you fucking Are you serious? You were talking about a blood. He said in the press conference. He said he was gonna make it a bloodbath. Are you serious? You were gonna make it a bloodbath? And you know what's crazy about this? This is the second time a fight like this has happened to Aldo at Salt Lake City on this exact position on the card. The last time he fought in Salt Lake, he was the featured fight on the main card against Marab, and it was the exact same fight. Now it's the same thing against Batista, except this time he gets just blatantly robbed. Gets fucking grinded against the fence for the last 5 minutes. The ref breaks it, and the moment the ref says fight, Batista immediately shoots back in again and fails another takedown, and just holds Aldo against the cage. It was a fucking robbery. Aldo should have won 2 and 3. Bullshit decision. Fuck Mario Batista. He's a little fucking loser. He's talking about he wants like a main event or something in his press conference. I didn't listen to his fucking interview. I didn't fucking listen because I couldn't fucking stand it. Holy shit. But Jesus fucking Christ. What a little bitch. You want a main event? Okay. How about we don't give you a main event? You get a fight night co-main event against Montel Jackson, and Montel Jackson's gonna sleep your ass in 1 round, like he did to Mon Blackshear and Ronnie Yaya. I mean, dude, this guy shouldn't even be here. He got a robbery over Damon Blackshear, and he now has a robbery over Jose Aldo. Like, what the fuck is this? Fuck Mario Batista. He's a fucking loser, and he's never gonna be anything in the sport. Thank God that Guru put that 10K bounty on Batista's head now. I think he should up it to 50K. I think he should say if you fucking if you finish Batista, I'd say if you just finish Batista in any way, give him a 50K bonus. Guru, give them your own 50K bonus. Start doing that. Put a bounty on someone's head. If you don't like him, 50K to finish this guy. Just finish him. Marab, I'll give you 100K if you get a decision you don't deserve. If you get a robbery over Mario Batista, 100K. I mean, fuck him, dude. You get a chance to fight Jose Aldo, a legend, and you do that. Jonathan Martinez didn't do that. Jonathan Martinez stood there and he fucking fought him like a man. Jonathan Martinez is a man. I hope Jonathan Martinez beats Mario Batista and then or beats Marcus McGee and then they do the Batista versus fucking Jonathan Martinez. And then I hope Jonathan Martinez fucking breaks Batista's legs. That's whatever fucking robbery. Poor Jose Aldo. Jesus. Can't get a fucking break. They need to do Aldo versus Cruz and then do Aldo versus Cejudo. And then bam. That's 2 former champions on his resume. That'd be 2 former champions on his resume. Yeah, I don't care. He got robbed. That's just pissed me off. Uh, you want to know my honest truth? I just didn't watch this fight. I didn't watch it, but from what I can tell, I thought people think this one was a robbery too. I mean, it all comes down to the first round. I think everyone knows, from what I've seen at least. 2 and 3 was Pena. 4 and 5 was Pennington. I think it just comes down to round one, and honestly, I don't think anyone cares because at the end of the day, Pena literally just got on the mic, said, "I'm not really interested in Kayla Harrison. Uh, uh, Amanda Nunez, where are you at? Amanda Nunez, where you at?" Like Harrison was literally fucking in the back, going, fucking like, "What are you doing? I'm right here." Yeah, they're not gonna fucking bring back Amanda Nunez to fight you, dude. They're gonna do you versus Kayla Harrison, and you're gonna get whooped. But now, ooh, this is the good one. Pereira versus Rountree. So the first round, everyone seemed to just unanimously think that Rountree. I mean, I'll give the edge to Rountree, but I could have seen it going Pereira's that first round going Pereira's way, just because I feel like a lot of the shots weren't really landing as clean as people would have liked to think, and Like he was backing up and he was using his arms. He's using that weird defense that he always uses really well to block Roundtree shots. But the second round, yeah, I'll give it to Roundtree just because of the head kick and that moment. So I don't think Roundtree ever really hurt Pereira bad, but when Pereira threw that head kick, I definitely think that right hand that Roundtree landed after stunned him a bit because I mean he was on one leg though, so I imagine it stumbled him a bit, and then he like folded a bit, and then he got right back up. He seemed to be really fine, but 3 and 4, man, that was all Pereira. So in round three, the leg kicks that he landed started taking effect, like they normally do. And Pereira started utilizing the jab really well. Started using that right hand really well. And then man, after that it was just towards the end of the third, you could tell Khalil started like fading really bad. Pereira started landing combinations better. And then man, that fourth round, Khalil was just done for. First off, by the end of the fight, he looked like a fucking bloody mess. Looked like he'd been in a fucking car crash. But and certain someone needs to take note of what happens when you get knee to the face and what you should do when you have a fucking legend in front of you, a great. As Khalil's getting minced up in the fourth, he's getting battered, he's getting beaten, uppercuts, lefts, knees, jabs, big shots. He doesn't panic shoot a takedown. He doesn't grab onto Pereira and clinch him against the fence to ride out the round like a fucking beast, like a Chad. He starts swinging back. But Pereira was just in the zone. Started utilizing really good head movement. He would jab, slip out, two, slip, slip, fucking left hook, slide out, knee, slide out of range, jab, jab, right hand, and then eventually he just had Khalil against the fence, and he let loose a nasty combination of a right hook to the body, left hook to the body, right uppercut, and Khalil folded and crumpled, and bam, it was just down. That was it. However, I will say this: Khalil did far better than I think anyone gave him credit to do, and Khalil's really fast. Like shit, Khalil is incredibly fast. But I think his just explosive style and how he has to really like put a lot into it and explode into these shots. I think that you can't do that, especially at elevation. But shit, like there's like a video of Khalil like crying as he's walking back to the corner. I'm like, dude, don't even cry, man. After that, no one gave you a chance to win, and you were able to take 2 rounds off of him. You were able to take 2 rounds off of Pereira at light heavyweight. Like, hey, man, fucking, this is gonna be like the Sukuna and Jogo. Fucking stand proud. Like, just like the fucking stand proud. I mean, I think after that, Khalil, give him a top five guy. You know what's crazy to think? I would have picked Azamat Mirzakhanov to beat him in December when he was. I remember December last year. Dariush versus Sarukian. I was gonna pick Mirzakhanov to beat Rountree Jr. Now, I think Khalil. First off, I think his chin is crazy because while tired, he was taking big shots. Shots that Yuri wasn't able to take. Shots that Jamal Hill wasn't able to take. So I think Rountree. I think he beats Hill. I think he beats Mirzakhanov. I think he beats Ozdemir. I think he beats Olberg. I'm forgetting the rest, some other names in the light heavyweight division. I don't know about Nikita Krylov, but yeah, dude, I think Khalil Rountree's stock went up high after this, and all in all, this is kind of the saving grace of the card because the rest of it was shit. Okay, there's three good things. This fight, this fight, this fight, and I guess this fight. But the rest is low key mid as fuck. But all honesty, great shit from Pereira and Roundtree to save the card. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.